Hey everybody, in this segment we are going to talk about valve manifolds. And what a manifold is basically grouping valves together in a set of T's to distribute the water out to your different zones. If you had enough volume and enough pressure, you could just turn on one valve and water your whole yard. But because of the limitations of your pressure and your pipe size, you can only do certain segments at a time. And that's why you have different zones. So generally, in one of our other segments, we talked about your main hookup, bringing water to this point, and then you would tee off and go to different manifolds and try to put them in centralized spots. And when we do a design for you, we can help you decide where to put those and how to zone those out. But what we want to talk about in this segment is mostly the manifolds, how they go together, and the T's. So these manifolds down here, the gray portion, those are made by Action Machine, and they are O-ring fittings, which means they're threaded, but then on the inside you've got an O-ring, and that's what makes the seal. So any of these fittings that you see a big nut, you tighten just hand tight, and then turn your water on, and if you need to, you can just snug them up just slightly with a pair of pliers, but you don't want to over tighten or you can snap these. And they're not designed to have wrenches to tighten them down. They're just made to be hand tight basically. Now these Action manifolds, they come in different configurations, so you can get a single, a double, a triple, or a quad. This one here is a triple, obviously, but depending on how many valves and what location, you can get different configurations of those, and we have all of those at our stores depending on what you need. The water coming in is going to come in on one side, and they have different fittings. This one is for poly pipes. You can see it's got the barbed insert on it, and then the O-ring fitting here with the buttress thread, and that goes on there to bring your water in. If you're doing PVC and bringing that in, then you would have a fitting that goes to glue that you could glue in. But with the poly one, you're going to put on here, and like we've said in other segments, if you're doing poly on the main line, you're going to want to do 2 clamps side by side just for added security. After the valves, you really just need 1 clamp. That's all you need. So anyway, that's how you tighten all those up. There's O-rings everywhere but right here, and these are threads, so these you're going to want a Teflon tape. Usually anything after that, once you get outside the box, you really don't need to tape any of your funny fittings or anything like that, because if it happens to drip, it's only on for a little while and you're watering the grass anyway. Whereas if any of these drip, you'd have more water into your box. As far as the valves themselves, these are Rainbird valves, all 3 of these. This one is a DV valve, and that's the model. All of them, this little handle right here, you turn it counterclockwise about a half a turn, and that will manually turn your valve on. So you don't have to have it hooked up to power, or you don't have to activate it from the timer. You just open that, it'll run. As soon as you turn it the other way, it will turn off. It takes a few seconds for it to pressurize and have the pressure push that diaphragm down, but it'll turn off. So as you're testing your system, or if you just want to walk outside and run one, you can do that. This other piece right here is a bleeder screw. The manufacturer recommends the first time that you fire up the system, you open those up just to bleed all the air off, but that will also turn your valve on if you open that screw, but at the same time it's bleeding water out. So it's not something you want to use to run the valve a long time. You want to use this one, but if you need to turn on, you can also open up that bleeder. This valve here is a DVF. The standard one we use is this DV. The DVF has a flow control, so it has a stem in the middle, and you can turn that to control your flow or turn it all the way off. And that's an option, kind of an upgrade. If you want to get it, you can get it. If not, usually we sell the DV. This one here is a drip zone, and we'll have another segment that you can watch on drip irrigation. And if you do drip irrigation, this would be the valve that you would need, and you'll have that low flow valve and then a filter regulator unit, and we'll talk more about that. As far as valve boxes, these will sit underground, and you'll want to put them in a valve box. Generally, you'll need to get a jigsaw or a coping saw, some kind of saw, and cut out little mouse holes for the pipes to come out and the pipes to come in. We provide, when we design a system and sell you a system, we provide a bag of gravel for each valve box, and that helps. You can line the bottom of it and then put that underneath these valves, and that keeps things clean so it doesn't get muddy in there. If you have usually 4 or more valves, we like to do a jumbo valve box, which is this one over here. And if you have 3 or less, then we usually do a regular. If you have, say, 6 valves, you want to put them all in one location, usually you're better off to do 2 3s, a short piece of pipe between it, and then just set the 2 valve boxes by each other, because that gives you more space when you need to get in and work on these down the road. And that's usually what we sell there. So that's pretty much it on valves, and if you have any other questions, feel free to come to one of our stores or give us a call.